I'm on a journey to become the best cook I can be. On that journey, some pretty amazing people have taught me to make some pretty amazing food. I've learned from the top barbecue joints in Fort Worth, Austin, and more. From the man who introduced beef dino ribs to Texas barbecue. From a coal miner turned successful pitmaster. And from the most interesting man in Texas barbecue. Today, I'm back in Appalachia with perhaps the unlikeliest of heroes. Kyle Briner came out of nowhere to take Food Network by storm, winning this season of Barbecue Brawl and bringing home the title of Master of Q. And he's going to show us how he pulled it off. Today, you and I are getting schooled at Blue Hound Barbecue.
We're all here to support you.
Yeah.
The final night.
Proud of you, brother. Really proud of
Thank
you.
you so much. Appreciate it.
This is exciting.
Yeah, what a turnout.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out.
Oh man, we wouldn't have missed it. We've been watching it, so
Yeah.
we've never missed it. So.
Well,
This is cold chili. Here we go. You go eat that one and come back and I'll get you Elijah's, okay?
Can we get a picture?
of course.
I hope to win it.
What's tonight going to be like for you?
Man, I don't even know. Like, I don't know what to expect. I know the community has been rallying behind me this whole time. I think more than the other competitors, not because of who it is, but just because our town is so tight-knit. And I can't wait to see their reactions. I mean, they had no idea I'm cooking food that they eat every day. And to see that judges like Rodney and Brooke and Carson and even the other captains and the other brawlers, how they respond to the food that we cook in Dillard, Georgia. I mean, I can't wait for them to see that.
I think it'll be fun. There's obviously gonna be a lot of emotions, joy and tears, and it'll be good.
You nervous at all?
I'm not nervous,
Because you know how it ends?
because I know how it ends.
All right, guys, it's almost time for the finale. So I can't tell you how overwhelming this is to see all you guys here to watch me on a silly TV show.
Let's talk about Barbecue Brawl. How did it all start for you?
Well, it's definitely not something that I would have chosen for myself. I like to kind of be in the background cooking, but it's always something that intrigued me. I like the idea of competition. I'm a very competitive person. My family's been telling me for years, you need to go on Chopped or, something, but I finally did it. And I thought there's no chance that I'm ever going to get on this show. They've got these big name people coming on there. So I'll put an application in and it'll appease my friends. But I got a call, about a month later from the casting agency, and I know there's tens of thousands of applicants, and it got narrowed down to the top 12, and I made it on there. What do you think, Carl? Hollywood. Oh, man. I'm not going to get used to that. I'm not Hollywood on the inside, okay?
He said, I'm leaving in 12 days to go to Barbecue Brawl. I'm like, okay. He said, well, I need somebody to smoke meat for me. Can you work with me for 11 days and let me show you my way? But every pitmaster's got their own style. I'm like, yeah. So the coolest thing about it is technically for 3.5 weeks, nobody knew he was gone, and I was smoking his meat, but nobody knew the difference.
You show up on set and you meet the rest of the competitors.
I'm looking around, and I have a guy who's to my left that I recognize from Top Chef, and I know he's a legit chef. He's been up for James Beard Awards, and I have another guy next to me, and Greg Gatlin. I know about him. Like, he's got a family legacy going on. He's doing something great in Houston, so it's like I recognize these people, and then I see Brad. I did competition barbecue for a little while, and I lost so many times to Brad. So I was like, what am I even doing here? I know I cook food that I enjoy, and everyone tells me, no, it's great, but I'm thinking at that moment, I am way over my head. I just don't want to be the first one to go home.
Kyle.
Yes, sir.
Bobby Flay, nice to meet you.
What's going on, my friend?
How you doing? You good?
I'm doing well, Chef. This is the guy I want to impress out of any of the captains, and here I am struggling with pork tenderloin that I've cooked a million times before.
Did you get the pork tenderloin on the sandwich?
I did, barely. I know.
I didn't say a word.
You don't have to say a word. I know it's overcooked.
Okay.
What's your confidence like then?
That first week was tough. The sandwich I was so unhappy with, and it was actually a pretty dang good sandwich, but it wasn't perfect. And for me to put something on the plate for people that I respect to eat, first impressions matter, right? And I thought, this is me making a horrible first impression.
So I've got some Appalachian soup beans in the works.
Appalachian soup beans.
Little pintos. A little bacon in there, onions, garlic.
Okay. And let the Appalachian style come
I
out.
think so.
So Rodney Scott, I'm really listening to what he's saying because he's the one that's been in my shoes. He's the one that is cooking the food that I'm more familiar with. So while I respect the other two judges, Rodney's really the one that I'm listening to the whole time.
So you know the obvious next question
Uh-huh.
about the chicken?
Thinking a play on Nashville hot chicken, Indian. I'm a little nervous though, because I've never used a tandoor and I'm gonna bust it out for the first time tonight.
Why did you choose it in the first place?
This is a challenge. Go big or go home, and I hope I don't go home.
There's a point where Rodney tells you he's disappointed in you.
I get the spice, the Nashville hot chicken comparison. Not quite, it's a lot milder than that. And it's like a little uneven on the cook.
To hear that from Rodney was tough. He's a role model. He's a hero of mine. But I'm putting it on me. I let the rest of the team down, and I just disappointed everybody.
I took a big risk today. I'm so disappointed. I feel like I let the team down, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
And that was 100% genuine. I really felt that at that time.
I know that we're gonna do a lot of cooking, but the first thing we gotta do is address.
The big chicken in the room.
So you ready to show you actually can cook chicken?
This has been haunting me. So yes, I am 100% ready to do this redemption cook.
All right. One of our favorite partners is ThermoPro, and they sent us a couple of things. You might have recognized this. This is an instant read thermometer. This is the one that I use. It's the best one on the market. So I'm gonna put this in your apron.
Thank you.
So that when the time comes, you can make sure the chicken's right. But more than that, you had an evenness problem, right?
Yeah, that was the feedback, was that uneven cook on my chicken.
All right, so this is the Temp Spike Pro. This is the top of the line. This is their 4-probe model, so we can use all the probes if we want to. And it's got multiple sensors through the probe. So it's gonna tell us how hot the tandoor is. We'll also be able to see different places through the chicken.
Okay.
To make sure there is no undercooked part.
I love it.
So this is one that you can keep and never have this problem again.
Thank you.
All right.
Rodney, thanks you too.
All right, with this, are you ready to take another stab at this?
I feel a little more comfortable now. Yes,
right.
let's do this. Tandoor, I mean, it's a little bit different cooking, right? But it has a lot of parallels with barbecue. I mean, it's Indian barbecue, right?
Right.
Which I didn't know was a thing, and I learned that on
I didn't
barbecue.
know that was
Brawl.
a thing either.
Obviously, Manit ended up being my coach. That's a great coach to have when I'm trying to learn how to cook a tandoor. Afterwards, I said I'm going to buy a tandoor, which I did.
Right.
And I'm going to redeem myself. This is the way
This is it. All right.
So we're going to start by doing a marinade for the chicken. That's
Okay.
a very Indian way to do things. And always in India, what they're using is ginger and garlic paste.
And this is just ginger and garlic.
It's 50-50 ginger and garlic. Just smell it while I get this chicken. I mean,
Okay.
all right, so that's
how you keep the vampires out of Appalachia.
exactly.
Okay.
And we're going to add plain yogurt, not sweetened at all. You don't want to add these sweetness to this.
This is like brining chicken.
Exactly. And I have a little buttermilk here as well.
Okay.
And so I just put a little bit just to thin it out. So those enzymes, all that stuff in the yogurt, buttermilk, does the same thing.
Okay.
So cumin and coriander. And then, of course, we got to get the knife
Get
again.
the knife.
And then I did a little bit of lime as well. But boneless, skinless chicken thighs.
Okay.
I mean, come on, it's so much better than a breast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coat it evenly. And then we're going to let this sit for at least 30 minutes. I prefer an overnight. But yeah, this is it. This chicken's been marinated a little while. And so think really big kebab.
Okay.
It was kind of a risk doing this tandoor cooking, but as a barbecue guy, it's kind of a cross between like an ugly drum smoker because you got the heat from the bottom, but you got that clay or ceramic coating around the whole thing that heats up and gives you radiant heat, kind of like a
Kamado.
like a Kamado or
Right.
you know, one of those ceramic cookers. I mean, you've got a live fire underneath and it's primal. I mean, it's incredible.
So this is man cooking.
This is man cooking for sure. With 2 skewers, it'll keep it stretched out a little bit and
Right.
keep it so we could cook evenly. And that's one thing that Rodney was looking for. It's perfectly cooked inside, but he wants those charred edges. Rodney loves char, and I did not deliver on that part. So one thing that we got to do, Manit trick, potato. Obviously, Manit ended up being my coach. Why do you think we're putting a potato on this?
Because we like potatoes.
I love potatoes, but that's not why.
Okay.
All right, so when you put this in the coals, there's a
Right.
good chance as this cooks, it's going to slide down to the bottom into the coals.
So that's our,
she said, put a potato on the end,
and that'll stop the chicken from sliding down.
and yep, this is going to take the brunt of the heat that's coming right from those coals.
So at least in theory now, we've made enough changes that we should be good, right?
Exactly.
All right, so let's use the Temp Spike Pros.
Okay.
Start with the black one. By the way, one of the things I like about these versus all the other ones is that they're color coded, so we always know what we're looking at. All right, so you got that black one in the top. That looks good. And the white one halfway down. And by the way, you're doing it right, but you want to bury it all the way to this part here, because this ceramic gets exposed to whatever heat up to 1,000 degrees. And down here we want in the meat.
All right.
Right?
One more down on the end.
Yeah. Now this thing's got a remote that we can watch these from. It's also got this app where I can actually set up things like target temperature. So for tandoori chicken, specifically, we want to go here, we're going to create, we're going to do chicken, and then what temperature do we want to cook these to?
Food safe for chicken is 165, but I like to go a little bit longer on thighs. Let's do 175. What do you think?
175. Okay. What are we going to be staying in the tandoor?
You know, I'm still kind of new to it, but I'm shooting for that 600 degrees, somewhere around there.
So pretty hot.
I mean, it's hot.
Okay,
Really hot.
good. So you definitely want to use a thermometer like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good. Okay, so we'll set that up. Now we put them in the tandoor.
You want to kind of suspend it over the coals, let that do its thing. Potato's gonna take the brunt of that heat.
And this is gonna cook evenly, even with some down close to the coals and some up here.
You would expect it to be a lot less even than it is, but I promise you it's gonna be pretty good.
Okay, we'll see in a bit.
Let's go ahead and get started on this sauce.
Okay.
So on the show, I was introduced to cashmere chili pepper. Have you ever had it?
I have not.
Try this. I think you'll be impressed. It'll almost numb your tongue. It's crazy. It's barbecue
It's got
chili.
some heat to it.
It does, but it says on the bag, low heat. I mean, come on. So on the show, I was just like, I love Nashville hot chicken. So I thought instead of doing cayenne and brown sugar in the sauce, I was gonna do some Indian type flavors. So we're gonna get the heat from that cashmere chili. We're gonna get the sweetness from the honey.
Right.
And then I'll put some cumin
And coriander. No, this is, you just came up with this recipe.
It was on the fly. On the fly.
You've never made anything like this before.
Nope. You know, I used ghee on the show, but why not use tallow? So,
I like the decision.
and then,
Oh, you know what that means.
chicken's done.
Chicken's done. All
Let's
right.
check it out.
So let me look on the phone here and see. So I've got 175 at the top, and I've got 171 at the bottom. I mean, is that done enough?
Yeah, let's do it. That's pretty stinking even.
Let's go pull it out.
Look at that. You got the char that Rodney's looking for on that.
That is pretty.
And the potato took the brunt of the damage.
Yeah, so we're not going to eat the potato. It doesn't matter, but
And we're not in the coals.
it really is evenly cooked.
All right, so now that we've got the chicken resting, we've got our hot sauce made, we got to make some kind of cooling sauce to go with that. Traditionally, they make what's called a raita, which is a yogurt-based sauce. And it's delicious. So I wanted to do a play on a raita, but with ranch flair to it. So buttermilk, very very southern, kind of barbecue-ish.
Kind of barbecue-ish, definitely Appalachian.
We could put some cilantro in there. Why not?
I like cilantro.
Herbal spices, you know. We've got dill. Let's do some ginger and garlic in there.
Why wouldn't we?
And then I put some coriander and cumin in it. Just again, tie it in. Hot sauce, nice coat. Got a cooling element.
Some pickles.
You can't have Nashville hot chicken without pickles.
Right.
And then this is a bite for you to enjoy, my friend. And I will say, I feel like this might be redemption.
I mean, according to the thermometers, it was.
Right.
But you're thinking it's going to be done evenly all the way through and still be juicy and still be crispy.
It's got those char points that really Rodney was looking for too. So he wanted that even cook, but he also wanted that char. So I think we delivered.
All right. I'm taking the thickest one,
Okay.
which is the hardest one to cook evenly.
I'll go for the one on the bottom,
Okay.
the potato one.
So that one is the one that if one was going to be overcooked, it would be that one. All right.
Absolutely.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers to you guys. Here we go. We'll move a pickle into position. Ooh, that's really good.
It is, isn't it?
I'll take a bite from the other side. Only for science. Oh, look at this. Perfect. Rodney, you can forgive him with my Nashville hot hand.
Dude, we got stuff all over our face.
That's all right. I don't care. This is so good. If there's one thing you can't do, you can't overcook or undercook chicken. It's just not gonna work. And that's true of everything that we do in the barbecue business. Now, I've been a fan of ThermoPro for a long time. You guys have seen the ThermoPro Lightning featured on the channel for months now. And a few months ago, I also adopted the Temp Spike Pro. Frankly, these are the best thermometers that are out there. These are the ones that I use in my kitchen, whether I'm using them on the show or not. As you can imagine, every thermometer company wants to be on the show, but the stuff that I use at home in my kitchen is the Lightning for the Insta-Read and the Temp Spike Pro for monitoring the cooks during the duration of the cooks. A wireless thermometer that can go up to 1,050 degrees ambient temperature, that has multiple sensors, 3 sensors to test the different places in the food so that you know that you can get everything even. It's of crucial importance. So having both of these is a team. So I've arranged with ThermoPro to do something for you guys. For a limited time, if you purchase the 4-probe Temp Spike Pro, ThermoPro is gonna throw in a Lightning thermometer. Now they also have 1, 2, and 3 probe versions, and there's something free that'll come with the 3 probe and the 2 probe. So no matter what you need, you're gonna be able to get a really good deal. I, of course, think the 4 probe with the free Lightning is the right answer. And if you've already got a Temp Spike Pro and all you need is a Lightning, you can still get 10% off of a ThermoPro Lightning Instant Read Thermometer. So if you're watching on your TV, scan the QR code that you see right there. It'll take you right to the page that has all those bundles, and then you'll be able to use the very same tools that I use in my backyard and in my kitchen. After Kyle's undercooked chicken mishap, his journey to Master of Q was off to a rocky start, and he needed to turn things around and fast. Just being a great cook wasn't going to cut it. For this, he needed to dig deeper for inspiration.
My dad was my best friend, and he was my hero from a young age. The only thing I wanted to do was go to work for my dad. He ran all the food service in the Atlanta airport for the Delta corridors. And so for a 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid that wants to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and drive to work with their dad, I mean, it's just something that I loved doing. And it was, we'd make banana pudding from scratch. I'd learn how to use some knives to chop, 3 bananas at a time. I thought it was so great. And scooping up lard and making biscuits from the good way. And so I remember those times deeply. And at the house, my dad's been cooking all day. He doesn't want to cook when he gets home. So I would want to. My dad would sit on the chair and he'd walk me through verbally the steps on how to make a meatloaf. It was probably horrible, but he made me feel like I made the best meatloaf he ever had. And when I graduated culinary school, you invited your friends and family to this final feast. And I remember him standing up with tears in his eyes. And he had a picture, a drawing, and I've since lost this picture into a house buyer. But he said Kyle's known from a very young age exactly what he wanted to do. And they had a drawing that I drew in 1st grade of me and my dad with a little chef hat on. And I just want to be a chef just like my dad. So he liked simplicity. We were very frugal. We grew up very frugal. We'd make a pot of chili and it would last for, at least 3 meals, 4 meals.
Did you cook it with your dad, or was that his thing?
All the time. Ground beef, he just made a really good basic bowl of chili. Next day we'd do chili dogs with it. And then after that, the 3rd day we'd always do chili mac, and that was my favorite. And usually every other Monday is when, we had a little schedule, a little routine. So we'd cook the big pot of chili and that would last us through Wednesday. So, yeah. I moved away when we were 20. So we kept in contact over the years. I'm an executive chef up in the mountains. He's still in Florida, but food was something we could always talk about. He was getting into barbecue, just the love of it. I've always loved barbecue, and I'd go to restaurants in my area and look and see what I really loved the most about barbecue. I could share that with him. Hey, I tried this today, but we wanted to get into competition barbecue. So we signed up for our first competition, and his health declined pretty quickly. And just a few months before this competition, we lost my dad. And it was tough. It's the day after Thanksgiving. And I couldn't even celebrate Thanksgiving for years after that. To lose your best friend, and your hero, and I don't know, it was just really tough.
Let's take a break from that.
Yeah, I mean, I just see my son now. I really want to have that same relationship with him. For Elijah to now have that same hunger and that love for the craft of barbecue that I had with my dad, and for him to want to learn from me like I learned from my dad, that's special.
You've taken chili and barbecue and things that your dad taught you and made them a part of your relationship with Elijah. Right? Does Elijah get how important chili is?
I think he sees why him and I doing it together is important to me. But I'm not sure. I really don't know if he truly grasps how important it is to me. So
let's talk about when you decided on the show to make his chili instead of yours.
The first few episodes, I'm still trying to find my footing. I'm uncomfortable and intimidated by my competition. And I remember someone saying, hey, every single time someone's ever gone home is because they weren't listening to Bobby's advice. I'm making sure every time Bobby says something, I'm feeding him, taste, give me feedback, what do I need to do, you know? And a couple of times it burned me on episodes 2 and 3.
Unfortunately, you had a couple of misses today with undercooked protein and sauce issues.
He was super nervous, and I told him just to be who he is, the cool, loving guy that everybody knows. So I said, you should just do your own thing and cook your own stuff. Don't do what anybody else says or thinks. He's like, you're right, I should do that.
The pivotal point for me was week 4 when I did Elijah's chili, and I stopped listening to what everyone else was telling me to do, and I was just going with my gut.
So chicken chili
With
for the Texas people.
with black beans, yeah. Might be the death of us.
This is Kyle's idea.
got in Kyle's chili car.
Kyle,
My son, it's the chili he kicked my behind in a chili cook-off.
Wait.
Just last month.
No way.
But no, this is it's a special dish for me.
Chili is important for us. It's something that we love cooking. It's something that we've done competitively. It's something that I've learned from my dad. So I knew I wanted to be the leader of the team on that. So coming from a support piece where I'm helping everybody out to, all right, Chef Kyle's gonna come out and I'm gonna take control of the team today. They knew that if this chili misses, I'm putting myself up on the line. I told them that.
We got chorizo, we got chicken, we've got some black beans. I know we're in Texas, don't crucify me. This is what Elijah did, so we're doing that.
We appreciate your taste buds and your vote. Yes.
Oh, yeah. This is chili.
So he started doing that, and he started winning all the challenges. So just Kyle being Kyle.
So the advice of the woman behind the man really is true here. You're the one who told him stick to his roots.
The wife is always right, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
So Elijah,
Yes, sir.
we've heard about your dad and all of his chili prowess and trophies. Although I understand that not every trophy on the table here is his.
Right? One of them here is yours truly.
And so the last cook-off that you guys have done together, you won, right?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
So you are the reigning champion.
Yes, sir.
And you're...
For now.
Okay.
For now.
All right. So the man with the experience, you're going to bring it all together and show that actually you are the cook.
I just think that the judges might have been sick that day. It's got to be what it was.
That's probably what
Gotta
it
be
was.
what it was.
I mean, you won with chicken
Right? Chicken and chorizo.
and beans.
And beans.
Hey,
Yes,
there's
sir.
nothing wrong with beans.
All right, we go to different churches. That's all I'm going to say, right? Honestly, I mean, you know I'm rooting for you, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so defend the title. Gentlemen, start your knives, I guess.
Let's do it.
Start your smokers to done.
Yeah, we got this. Get out of here. You ready for this? Of course. Let's go. Come on. So the Texans that are watching the show will be happy because I'm using brisket in my chili. but then they're gonna hate me because I'm gonna put beans in it as well.
Firstly, I'm putting on the chorizo.
Chorizo.
And get a nice little browning on it.
So when you first told me that you were gonna do a chorizo and chicken chili for the contest, do you remember that conversation?
Right.
You're like, what do you think, Dad? I'm like, it's definitely not what I would do, but this is your chili, so
right.
Go for it.
So I am putting on my jalapeno and poblano peppers, along with the tomatoes.
So are you gonna leave any room on there for your dad to grill his vegetables?
I don't need it.
He's using leftover brisket.
I am. I'm using leftover brisket. I'm using canned vegetables. This is a restaurant chili. This is how to utilize your leftovers to make something delicious when it's cold outside.
Now, is this the same chili that you won with until your son showed you what's what?
You know, it is. This is the same chili that I cook at the Cookoff for Venture Unknown every year. And so we had a couple of hundred rigs out at one time, all going through Windrock Park, which is an unbelievable off-road park in the mountains of Tennessee. We're gonna do some onion. I'm gonna take half of Elijah's onion.
Listen to Mr. Dicey over there.
That's Mr. Dicey to you.
Well, you got some pretty good knife skills there, Elijah. Did you go to culinary school?
No, not yet. I'm getting my business degree first, and then that's the next step on the chopping block. I always learned my knife skills from the Master Q himself.
Don't say that. That's the chipotle. I put chipotle in there. Ancho, guajillo, onion. And one more thing going in there. How's it going over there, little guy?
Little guy.
Nah, but I really am proud of Elijah. He's going to school for business first, right?
Yes, sir.
So many guys in the industry, they know how to cook, but struggle when it comes to finances and how to manage people. And so the priorities are right, you know, it's important.
And that's just chorizo we got going in there right now.
Yes, sir.
Right
That's
there,
all
right?
chorizo we have right now. Now I'll be adding onions and garlic into that mash. So we're gonna let the fat from the chorizo do its job. I'm gonna keep the seeds in for these, just to give a little bit of spice to the chili.
All right, so we're salting the meat.
A little bit of pepper.
So what made you decide to use chicken to make chili?
I thought, what better unique chili than a chorizo chicken fajita chili? That's what I went for, is uniqueness.
Don't forget your pots, gentlemen. I don't want to be tasting anything burned on the bottom there.
Putting the chicken on right now. Now I'm gonna throw all those charred vegetables right into the blender. We'll get that nice and incorporated. I'm also gonna add the beer. Let that simmer down.
So Elijah, is your dad a good loser?
Yeah, he is a very good loser. He showed the picture on Food Network and he has a great smile on his face with me holding that trophy right there.
I was a little salty when I first heard I got second place, but it went away when they announced that Elijah was the winner. That's a proud papa moment right there, you know? This whole thing started with my dad, you know, his chili was something we always cooked together. It's one of his favorite dishes, and for him to pass that on to me and then out for me to pass that on to my son, it's kind of, are you tearing up on me?
Yeah.
Let me bust this out from the secret.
Ah, dude.
What?
You don't have to do this. You don't have to ruin the chili.
No, right now it's a meat sauce. It's not chili yet.
You do not have to ruin the chili.
It's not chili.
It's just not right. Chili doesn't have beans.
Tell that to everyone besides Texas.
Yeah.
I love
All right.
Texas.
All right. Let's see what happens.
It's happening. Hold on.
We need some womp womp music for this.
We do not need womp womp music. Here we go. You ready for it?
No, I'm never ready for this.
All right. Should we go more?
No.
No? I don't think I can fit any more in there anyway.
Okay, good. Thank goodness.
So we're in Appalachia, right? We're all about resourcefulness, making things stretch. I am trying to justify the beans in the chili, but I am tying it in a little bit with the area that I come from. It's about making the most of what you got. I just like beans in my chili. Is that so wrong?
Yes.
How's it going over there, Junior?
Junior. Pretty good, senior.
Senior.
So you're ruining your chili too.
Yeah, I'm also ruining the chili.
All right. So Kyle, I have one question. Did your dad put beans in his chili?
Yeah, he did. He did. But my dad was also from Ohio. And up there in the Cincinnati area, they seem to put some other things in chili that even I think is sacrilegious. So,
All right.
but yes, he did put beans.
So is that the real reason why you insist on putting beans in chili?
Yeah, it might be. You know, it might remind me of my dad a little bit. So,
All right.
yeah.
I'll let you off the hook.
All right, I appreciate it. I miss him, man. It's been a long time. It's been 10 years since he passed, and it doesn't get any easier, I'll tell you. But it's it's stuff like this, it's moments like this that remind me, you know. But it's good, man. Food, it brings people together, you know.
It does.
So we'll add avocado and get some of that queso fresco, and then just a little bit of cilantro.
We love
There we
cilantro.
are.
It's beautiful.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So what's the program going to be, Dad?
So the winning chili is a little sour cream. And I don't have queso fresco, but I've got some sharp white cheddar.
Okay.
And I'll put a little cilantro in there as well.
All right, gentlemen. Which one do you want me to try first?
What do you think? All right.
All right. So I'll take this one. You guys each got to take one. Here we go.
Cheers.
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 Are you nervous?
A little bit.
All
Cheers,
right, so
guys.
we got. That is really deep in flavor. The brisket's broken down.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic chili. I don't know, dude.
It's a chili.
I mean, forgetting the beans, this is a chili I would order every time I come to the restaurant.
You know, I mean, I appreciate it. That's great. That's something that I can use a byproduct for in the restaurant. In the rare case I have leftover brisket. Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Yes, sir.
You still confident after tasting that?
I'm even more confident.
I'm still eating the good chili over here.
Right. Hey, save some room.
Okay.
All right. So we want a little bit of avocado, a little bit of queso fresco, a little bit of cilantro there. Get some chicken. Good luck. Cheers.
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 I don't want to talk about it.
Everybody knows that I'm biased and I'm rooting for him. So I'm not going to say it. You have to say it.
There's a reason why you're my chili. And there's a reason why on the show, on the chili cook-off, I made your chili. Because it's delicious, you know? It's not something I would have done. It's not told you that when you did it. It's not something that my team would have done. It's definitely not something Bobby Flay would have done. But you know what? I made it. You made it. You won. I won. And you won it for me and my team that day. And I wouldn't be the master of Q without that chili. I really don't think I would. I couldn't be more proud of him. He's very much like I was when I was his age. Like there's a reason why barbecue is better today than it was 10 years ago, you know, and like we just keep raising the bar. And so I think that's his mentality when it comes to chili. Is like, it didn't have to be the same way you make it and that grandpa made it. I mean, I can make something a little bit different and make something special. I mean, things aren't always going to work, right? But then sometimes you get a huge home run when you hit something. And I think he did that with his chili. And it surprises a lot of people when they taste it. And I'm just glad to be able to share it.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
I love you, bud.
You got to be proud of your boy.
So proud. So proud.
You got a pretty good teacher, huh?
Yes, sir. Like,
All right.
he's taught by the master of Q.
You know,
All right.
Grandpa would be proud too. Give that up. So I wanted to tell my barbecue story through my finale meal, but I also wanted to showcase the region I come from. If you don't know who Todd is, he is the chairman for Foxfire.
Yeah.
And so Todd had some great things to say about how I represented the mountains that we live in, and I'd rather him tell you those things than me because it makes more coming from him. But.
Well, Captain, one thing that stuck with me throughout this entire process is the kind of man that you are, the morals and values of Appalachia that you represent. I just can't thank you enough in a time when TV is so bad in so many different ways. You brought who you are, who you truly are in this region to national television.
Right. You know, we're chicken fried people out here. If you don't deep fry it, that's not the way to go. So I'm trying to create something unique in Southern Appalachia with fusing barbecue with techniques and ingredients and flavor profiles of the mountains.
Appalachia in general, there's really not a barbecue culture, you know, where barbecue's like the first thing people want to go out and eat. Like we're a fried chicken place, you know, fried chicken and home cooking, you know, place. You know, that's what we ate at grandma's house. That's what we ate at family reunions and things like that. It's always like home cooking food, and barbecues, it's not a staple, you know what I mean? And he's created that here.
It started with ribs. You know, I loved ribs, but a way for me to show the judges something that might be a little bit different that they might not have seen before, but also represent my area. I decided to do chicken fried ribs instead. So, how I won the finale, okay?
Yeah.
I needed to dive deep into my Appalachian roots. And I mean, ribs aren't technically Appalachia, but you know, there's a few little techniques you could do to set yourself apart. And I'm just taking them out. These are St. Louis ribs. I started off getting the full spares and I went to these. A lot less labor involved with trimming them, and we're doing quite a bit of ribs a day.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
Do you worry about peeling ribs?
I don't peel ribs.
I don't either. I'm not gonna do much but take off some of this stuff right here. Okay. We season ours with 2 different rubs. Our salt and pepper is what we use for most of our meats.
So we're starting out Texas style.
Starting off Texas, you know, and then I call this my bird dog rub. I use it on my turkey and my chicken. It's got a lot of brown sugar, a little bit of white sugar in there, salt, and it's got a lot of herbs, aromatics, onion, garlic, thyme, oregano, sage, of course, because it's a poultry rub essentially. But I feel like those sugars really impart that crust on there that I'm looking for and develop a nice bark. Now, so once you flip it over here, you're gonna see a little bit of things we need to take care of. So I'll leave those extra little end bones on because when I cut it, I like to have that cushion on there.
Okay, that's different.
On the finale, right?
Right.
What we do here when we have a lot of leftover ribs, which lately has been very few and far between, we do a chicken fried rib.
I can't even imagine a chicken fried rib.
It's just fun to do, you know, you pick it up, it looks like a piece of chicken, which you'll see, it eats like a piece of chicken, but it's a rib and you can tell that through and through. It's great.
Fun.
All right, so I'm bunching these up just so it kind of makes it cook evenly, gets everything consistently thick in there. I'm using my fingers just to kind of space these out. And we're gonna let these run about 275 for 2.5 hours. Perfect. So for the chicken fried ribs, we make kind of a play on a white sauce. We call it an Appalachian white sauce.
Different than an Alabama white sauce.
You know, so I had a manager here, Josh Bailey. He's the one that helped me get this place started, and a great friend of mine, phenomenal cook, and he's from Alabama.
Okay.
And he made an authentic Alabama white sauce. And I'm like, this is way too soupy, right? Like he's like, well, it's not supposed to be a dipping sauce or like a thick sauce. You dip your chicken out, you put it on the grill, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And I said, well, let's make it a little bit different so it's perfect for what we want. And so he said, well, you can't call it Alabama white sauce then. You got to call it something different.
All right, well, we're in Appalachia.
Appalachian white sauce. So we got mayonnaise, 4 parts mayonnaise, 1 part apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
What kind of mayonnaise do we need to use?
We got to use Duke's.
It's got to be Duke's. Unless you want to get bougie, then get some Kewpie mayonnaise.
Yeah, but that would not be very Appalachian of us, would it?
Not at all. All right, a little bit of Dijon mustard in there. A little bit more, you know. Onion powder, garlic powder. Of course, black pepper.
Of course, black pepper.
It almost looks like a pepper gravy when it's done. It's kind of fun. And then Worcestershire sauce, which I love that. Or if you're an Abercrombie, it's wash your sister
sauce, right?
A little bit of that wash your sister sauce. This is Alabama smash burger.
You'll get wash your sister sauce on you or anything else if you don't mix it right in order. Okay.
That, by the way, is the best pronunciation I've ever heard.
You know, the Worcester gives it a little bit of a browner tint to it, but yeah, that's what we're looking for. Perfect. Appalachian white sauce.
Appalachian white sauce.
So we're gonna check this out, see if these are ready to rock. And yeah, they're looking pretty good. So, you know, you've got the bark set right there a little bit, but this is feeling a little loose. This can wrap right now, and I can be happy to serve this the way it is. Let's go ahead and wrap this guy. So our wrap is pretty simple. It's 3 ingredients. So we've got butter, okay, 2 parts butter,
right,
1 part honey, and the thing that's a little bit different, 1 part grenadine.
Interesting.
Yep. So we'll just go on the top right here. It's a nice even coat on there. Let that soak in. Backside as well. Now I know it looks like Pepto-Bismol. It does, it's pink. It tastes a lot better.
Nice tight wrap and foil.
Tight wrap and foil, just to kind of keep all that steam in there. So this will go on the smoker for about another 20, 30 minutes. Just let it loosen up and kind of get all happy in there and just make it a little more tender. All right, so we just pulled these ribs out of the cooler, right? So they've rested overnight.
Yesterday's ribs.
Yesterday's ribs, you know, so you don't want to serve these to the public as ribs because, you know, they're going to be dry, they're going to be overcooked, they're going to be falling apart. But for chicken fried ribs, they're perfect.
All right, let's see.
All right, so what I do when I cut these ribs is I'm trying to cheat the bones a little bit, or get a double cut, really. So
okay,
I go along the bone on one side, I'm going along the bone on the other side, so that way this rib's got plenty of meat on
All right,
either
and
side
then
of
we'll
it.
just lose the bone in the middle.
Yep, that little bone right there is a little snack for the chef, and you're gonna get a handful of these nice, thick, meaty ribs.
Right
into a buttermilk and Texas Pete hot sauce, which ironically
is not made in Texas.
It's not made in
North
Texas.
Carolina,
Yeah.
right?
So just like I would fried chicken, you know, we put these in this buttermilk, kind of almost a brine.
Right.
I'll let these sit in here until I'm serving them. After these ribs sit in the buttermilk for a little while, they start to soak up some of that flavor and, you know, get a little bit more tender too.
So the buttermilk's doing something to tenderize the
It's
meat.
incorporating flavor and doing whatever that magic that buttermilk does to everything that's delicious.
Okay.
So this dredge is just all-purpose flour, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of smoked paprika. Typical fried chicken dredge, right?
Yeah.
And so
I say yeah. It's not like I'm known for my fried chicken, but I believe you that it's a typical fried chicken dredge.
this is delicious.
Yeah.
And we'll let this sit in the walk-in. The flour starts soaking up the buttermilk. It'll become one and kind of make this coating that is fused with the meat.
Like beast.
Yep. So those have been sitting in there about 3 hours. You can see that it's been sitting a while. It's become one with the rib. That coating is like delicious. We're gonna go for a second dredge. So this is how you want it extra crispy. I mean, some people just go one time. The people that know better do it twice. So this is, you're gonna go into tallow.
We're cooking in beef tallow.
Beef tallow, liquid gold, man. And so these will cook for, you know, about 4 or 5 minutes. So the crust is golden brown, delicious, and heat it through. And yeah, we'll just plate them up, sauce them, and eat them.
I like the eat 'em part.
I like it. That's my favorite part too. So it's been a few minutes now, you know, about 4 or 5 minutes. Let's just check these. It's pretty cool, man.
Isn't it?
I like that.
All right.
So we're just looking for anything over like 150, you know, and yeah,
157.8.
That's it. Yep, 150 is what I'm looking for, and these look perfect. Golden brown, delicious, crispy, nothing sliding off. We'll just stack these up.
All right.
Appalachian white sauce, we'll just drizzle this thing on there. And then I like to put a little scallion on there.
Right.
That sauce is so good, I'm gonna put a little more on the side
So we can dip.
and that's it. And so, what do you think?
Are they cool enough, or do we need to wait?
I mean, if you're man enough.
So we can get a challenge. My manhood, of course, I'm gonna grab it. All right, here we go. Cheers.
I got some in my beard.
Yep.
Saving it for later.
So good. Dude, I can see why you saved this for the finale. Really amazing. Congratulations, dude.
Thank you, man.
Let's eat! I'm so proud of it. It's amazing.
I definitely want to win this for my dad. He passed away before our first barbecue competition together. So to come this far in this competition, my dad would be over the moon for me.
So I take one bite of Kyle's breaded rib, and I know I'm in trouble.
He's eating pretty clean. You did a good job on this, not overcooking it, and the breading is very flavorful. This is my first time I've ever put myself out there. I just put my heart on a plate and showed my story through my food.
Our next master of Q is... Kyle.
It's so good. Thank you, guys.
I came here just a simple mountain man from Georgia. I just won freaking Master of Q, and it feels amazing.
Well, I think now that he's done what he's done with the barbecue brawl, this place is gonna see a boom of, you can't even imagine what's going to happen to this place. He showed, I think, what a real Appalachian person stands for. It's integrity and tenacity and hard work.
I think there's always that doubt in your mind that, you know, you're not good enough or you don't do things as well as others. But I think that pushed him to be better, to make himself better, which we already knew. Again, we already knew who he was. He just had to believe in himself who he was.
You know, we kind of all knew that he won. It was kind of the unspoken, you know, thing. But just to see people give him affirmation, it was really cool.
I think he's put this little bit of the woods on the map, and we're just extremely proud to say that we know them.
So has this Master of Q thing gone to his head?
Not at all. Not at all. In fact, I think it's almost made him strive to be even better, to be a better barbecuer, to even be just a better dad in general. Just like I have to continue to instill these traditions in our children.
What you see on TV is who he is in real life. He's kind and compassionate, and it's one of the reasons our children are so amazing and why they're going to be amazing husbands and fathers, and why Elizabeth will stand for nothing but adoration from her husband, because she sees it. She sees how he treats everybody.
Thank you guys so much. Come on, you guys knew I was gonna win, didn't you?
So if your father was watching,
oh man,
what did he think about that whole experience?
You know, I think about a lot. I think about my dad a lot, and you know, if he could see how far I've come, and he'd be so proud. I mean, he'd be telling everybody in the grocery store that he's never met him, like, hey, my son, he's got a couple restaurants, he's done a great job, he makes the best banana pudding, and you know he's doing chili cook-offs, and he's doing barbecue competitions, and I mean, he'd be so proud to see what I've done, and I think he would have been honored to see my two younger brothers come up and want to be a part of what him and I were doing, just as a way for us to connect and remember him.